So from Danilo Ferrigno, Eric, can you give us some...
Good last name.
That is a good last name. Can you give us some tips on calories as well as training when you're bulking, but you also do sports like martial arts or other sports? Do you eat back what you burn off during your sports sessions, or do you simply bump up your daily calories slash macros on the whole in terms of the entire week?
Easy answer is kind of the second one, but really a better way to look at it is that the goal of a lean gaining or a bulking season, if you want to call it that, is an appropriate rate of weight gain along with a progressive overload in the gym, right? So an appropriate rate of weight gain should be typically a lot slower than most people think. Like if you're a novice, maybe like 1.5% of your body weight per month. So if you're a 200-pound male, I mean, you're trying to gain 3 pounds a month, which is about, 3/4 of a pound per week. So really, you're not just monitoring your calories, you're making sure that your calories and your macros are in place, yes, but you want to make sure they're producing an appropriate rate of weight gain. So for example, that novice who's trying to gain 3 pounds a month if they're 200 pounds is looking to see like their 7-day average almost go up a pound on a week-to-week basis, or a 14, twice that over a 14-day average. But if you're more advanced than that, you just can't gain muscle that quick. It might be more like 1% of your body weight per month, or even 0.5%. So I would say just focus on your rate of weight gain. Look at 7-day averages, weight under the same conditions, like first thing in the morning after you use the bathroom, before you eat anything. And then, modulate your calorie intake up or down by like say 100, 150 calories at most until you reach that target rate of weight gain. And then you're good. It doesn't really matter how active or how inactive you are. Then because body weight is a surrogate of energy balance, whether or not you're progressing at an appropriate rate, so long as you're making them PRs in the gym.
But what about how could they eat to better perform for the other things they're doing besides lifting weights, but still keeping the weight goal?
Right, yeah. So it would really depend on the activity. If someone is doing...
Like for this guy, martial arts. Let's say he trains in the morning, martial arts at night. But...
Right, so you would probably predominantly be increasing your carbohydrate intake. And if you're training in the morning, you'd probably want to wake up early enough so you could actually get like a pre-workout meal in. Because if someone's going to be doing like grappling for an hour, 2 hours, it's a little different than bodybuilding with rest periods and all that. Like having carbs pre-workout is not that critical when you're doing like chest and back, or even upper body. Do
you think it would be better for this person to put more carbs to like the sports training? Sorry, I have to fart, but I'm trying to keep it in. Or do you think the carbs are more necessary before the weight training?
I would say, well, the thing is that it doesn't have to be either or. I think it can be both, because they're going to be expending more calories, so they should be able to eat more carbs. If you're that active, like for example, Andrea right now is doing some training for grid, which has a high level of energy expenditure, so she's eating a lot, and that's kind of the way it is when you're a real athlete, not like us just kind of muscle heads who are...
Yeah, I don't know what we do.
No, we starve ourselves and lift weights, or slightly less than starve ourselves and eat weights in the off-season.
And then we look at ourselves.
And feel terrible.
And then we make other people look at us.
Correct, yeah.
And then we feel bad about what they think.
It's a good life.
It's weird.
You should get into bodybuilding. Yeah. But yeah, I think overall calories would go up predominantly from energy sources relevant to your sport. So like this would be mostly carbohydrate, but also fat. And then eating pre-workout with enough time to digest and not going like too hog wild.
Okay.
You don't need to have a rock in your stomach.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, we hope that Ferrigno answered that question. This is about a really popular split, but I don't know why, but people attach so many assumptions when they hear just the acronym PPL, push pull legs.